Hey guys, what's up? It's Crusadia TCG here with my Invoke Mekk-Knight build. I ended up getting 38th place out of like 800 people in regionals in Philadelphia. It was top 64, so I got my invite. That's really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my build, my matchups, and everything of the sort, and show you my very spicy side deck. Quick words, the event was fantastic. It was 10 rounds, and yeah, honestly I had a great time. So let's go ahead and talk about the main deck really quickly. So we have here 3 Alistar the Invokers. Pretty much your main starter card in this deck. You need him, you need to see him. He'll burst your plays out. If they don't have an Ash or a Veiler, honestly your plays really do explode going second. And he boosts your fusions by 1,000. That's really great. And if you're in a really bind, set him. And you get Invocation and when they attack into him. Probably will never come up though, honestly. Mekk-Knight line, 3 purple. You need to play 3 of him. I don't know why people will play 1 or 2. He's a 2500 beater. You can banish him or another Mekk-Knight, search another Mekk-Knight. It's mostly just, he's just so versatile. I don't know why people would not play him at 3. I know some people don't, and it confuses me. 3 blue. I know a lot of people would be like, but why 3 blue? I get 3 purple, but why 3 blue? He searches. I don't know why you wouldn't play a searcher at 3, especially since you can plus up to 3 with this one card. It's so good. It kind of sucks that he's only 2000 attack, and I'm fine with drawing multiples of him, so just discard the extra ones for Alistar the Invoker and Madness later on. But again, I would always want to see a blue and a purple in my hand, starting with any combo. It's just really good. Really fantastic. You really get amazing plays out of it, and I would not cut him down to 3 or 2 or 1. I definitely feel like this is fine. I would play only 1 Indigo. Indigo is great. It's fun for moving your stuff, but once you move, you kind of don't really want to extend your plays further than that unless you're playing the trap card. But I wouldn't want to play 2 Indigos even if I was playing the World Legacy trap card that Mekk-Knight. Anyways. Play him at 1, you'll be fine. Playing him at 2 can be bricky because, again, he doesn't do enough except for moving Mekk-Knights. And he's searchable. And one of my favorite ones now, yellow. My god, did yellow save my ass. I played against True Draco, I summoned him, and I popped Imperial Order. It was great. Definitely would not ever cut him out. He's just so good. Definitely, yellow is my favorite one now. Next, I play 2 Cyber Dragons. I know people aren't the biggest fan of Cyber Dragons right now, at least in Mekk-Knights or Invoke. He's great because if you're against like Thunder Dragon players, or if you're against any kind of like extra deck spammy builds, you summon him and you just swoop the extra monster zone away, which is fantastic. And people are like, but what if they Widow Anchor it? It's like, that's fine. Like, that's a Widow Anchor I don't have to worry about, and now it's a monster on their field that shuts off their back row. I'm perfectly fine with that. I wouldn't play Prankatops though, to be honest, because again, sometimes that extra monster zone is not something you can beat over or just pop. So this was more versatile for me, but you can switch this out for Prankatops if you'd like to. It also clears up an extra slot in your extra deck if you want to give that build a shot. I played 2 Gamma Steel. This card came in so clutch so many times. I would probably up the Kaiju count to 3 or 4. I'll probably put in 1 more Gamma Steel and 1 Humongous. Really great card. I was able to out a True Draco with Madolche. I ended up top decking this, putting it on the field, and OTKing off that. Really great card, and I think it's amazing this format. I don't know why people aren't playing it. Just tribute the problem on the board. Next we have 2 Ash and 2 Veiler. My reason for this ratio in terms of hand traps is I didn't want to, go overboard. My deck needs things on the field to really resolve to the fullest potential. And Ash is a once per turn. The only benefit is that she's a fire, and Veiler, while it's not a once per turn, I didn't get enough out of it because the monster stayed on board. Against Salad, it's like, cool, they lose their effect, but they're still making plays, right? Like, with Ash, it's like, cool, I stopped their search, or they're foolish, or special, but they're still making plays. I would honestly probably put in Ghost Ogre. I don't know, I feel like Ghost Ogre would be better than Veiler for me. At least my matchups for this regional. Now time for spells. We have 2 Terraforming and 5 Meltdowns for a total of 5 Meltdowns in the deck. Terraform is fantastic because you can set it and then summon a Mekk-Knight. Meltdown is fantastic because it searches out Alistar, which is searches out Invocation. I tried Meltdown at 2. I didn't want to play multiple once per turn cards, but you just need it because at 2 I never saw it, right? Because I was technically playing only 4 copies of it then. Meltdown, you know, I hate to say it, has to be a 3 of. Once we get 3 Terraforming deck, then it can go to 2. I played 2 Invocation. I didn't want to play 3. I get the reasoning why you would want to, especially if you're playing Desires like I am in this deck. But my biggest issue was I didn't want to have 3 in my hand or 2 in my hand because it's searchable. And that was my biggest concern. Is like, if it's something I can search, do I really want multiples of it? And I don't know, I never really had an issue with banishing an Invocation. I either never banished it or only banished 1 copy because I still had the other one in my hand or on the field or in the graveyard or whatever. People kept DD crowing my Invocation and that just annoyed the living hell out of me because I can't recur that one back. And then I played 3 Instant Fusions. I know I'm saying the theme of playing only 2 copies of once per turn cards, but I was okay with drawing multiples of these. I can set it, and then I can use the second one, or I can use the second one and set the other one for a Mekk-Knight zone. And it just helps so much. The Millennium Eye combo with this is just fantastic because you make Millennium Eye, make Alistar, search your Alistar, you know, and then you just link them over for Underclock. And every time I made Underclock, I won. Honestly, it was just so good. Following that, I played 3 Mind Control. I need to take your materials. I'm sorry. This is so good because people don't respect Mind Control enough anymore. You just make a bunch of monsters. I use Mind Control. If they negate 1, I just use a second one if I have it in my hand. It was really great. It basically just turboed out Alistar, which was fantastic. Or if I was taking like a Link 2 or something of the sort, I would just make Borreload, or Boral Sword is what I played. And yeah, no complaints on Mind Control. Definitely a 3 of, so good. Just take your opponent's materials for free. Like what? 2 Twin Twister. If you're going against back row decks, you can't afford to really get hit with them. This was really only my only real back row disruption besides like Phoenix and something in my side deck. It came in so clutch. I don't know why people keep shotgunning this on standby. If your opponent has like 3 set and they're not activating anything, activate it when they might flip a trap card like Imperial Order or Skill Drain. I've had an opponent flip Imperial Order to my Mind Control and then it's flipped Skill Drain, and I just chained Twin Twister onto both of them, and I'm like, okay, now what? And you just gain so much advantage off of it. I don't know why people keep shotgunning it. People kept shotgunning it against me and I play Invoke. Like, hello? 2 Call by the Grave. I don't want to play 3. You're going second. If you're going second, you don't need a 3rd copy. It's a brick in your hand. This is more of a going first card in my opinion if you need to do your combos. If I was playing Invoke going first, I would definitely play this at 3 with a Spellbook engine or something. But because I'm playing it going second, it doesn't help because I have Millennium Eye, which is also a great resource. And Millennium Eye can take an Ash from them and a Effect Veiler if they want to negate it. I'm like, 2 hand traps for 1 search? Sure, why not? Like I did say, I was playing 2 Desires. God, this card came in clutch every single time I used it. I never banished anything that was really worth saving or anything that really didn't, make me lose the game. It was just really helpful. You need your combo pieces. This deck is primarily OTK. It can withstand maybe 1 or 2 turns, but it can't grind out games like Salad can or Tree Draco or anything else. So you just need to search your cards. Even if you banish it in the process, you might get something else out of it. 1 Drones, it was a Alistar Turbo. That's kind of it. It's just a fire target for Purgatrio when you make Kagari. And then 1 Monster Reborn. Kind of self-explanatory. It's at 1. Play it. It's free. It gets you so many great advantages. Let's quickly run down the extra deck. Played 2 Makaba. You need to negate 2 Purgatrios. It's the Salad game, yo. Everyone's playing Salad, or that was my expectation. And you just take the resources, or you make Kagari, or you take their Ash, or you just do something. And it OTKs, honestly. So it's really good. I would definitely not cut this down unless the meta shifts from like Fire to Aqua, which might happen with Necros. But yeah, as of right now, that's my lineup for Invoke. 1000 Eye, because Instant Fusion, swoop their stuff away. 1 Millennium Eye for Instant Fusion, just in case I need to, in case I don't have a Call by the Grave, I'll play this and make it. So that way I'm protected from hand traps, because don't forget, if you Ash it, I can take something on your field or anything in your graveyard, and people keep forgetting that. And then I just have one more fusion, which was the Chimera tech. Self-explanatory, Cyber Dragons, swoop their stuff. If you play against Cyber Dragons, you take their entire board for free. For links, 1 Kagari for the drones. I would not play Engage in this deck. You don't activate enough spell cards in my opinion until maybe 2-3 turns down the line. It's very difficult to get 3 in the graveyard going second. 1 Link Kriba for the Thousand Eyes and Millennium Eyes, kind of the only reason I kept it around. It helped me out in a grind game actually. I drew Effect Veiler, summoned it. My opponent targeted it with Widow Anchor, and I just chained Link Kribo, and now my Link Kribo's alive, and they banished their Engage. I mean, their Widow Anchor, because they got it off multi-roll, which, good shit for you, Link Kribo. 1 Underclock Taker. I took out the Mekk-Knight link for this, and I don't regret it. It is a generic effect too, which helps a lot when you make Millennium Eye or Thousand Eyes, and you have an Alistair on board. Because they're both dark, you can't make Alistair the Invoker of Madness. So you make this instead, and it worked out perfectly fine. 1 Meltdown Madness. Really good card. Lets you get more invocations to hand, or Book of Law, which I don't play. If the meta does shift, and I don't need to use 2 Purga Trio, I'll probably throw in Book of Law back in, and I don't know, somebody else maybe. Thinking about putting Raijin back in, but I feel like the 1000 and Millennium Eye do the exact same thing but better. 1 Phoenix, pop back row, and a fire target helps a lot. 1 Unicorn, bounce things that need to be bounced that can't be destroyed, really helpful to break boards. Last minute addition was Decode Talker, and I don't regret it. My god, did this card come in clutch! Your board always ends on an Alistar, and maybe like a Mekk-Knight or a, Invoker or something, or Alistar himself. So you just link this away with Alistar and make Decode. It was really good, and it just stopped people popping my shit. It was really good, honestly. And 1 Brawl Sword, which I made all of once. I wouldn't put Borload in. I was debating between Borload and Decode Talker, and I'm glad I went with Decode. Really glad. Now this is my side. Everyone expects me to always go second every single time, and I didn't want to play by that rule. So every time someone made me go first, they saw my Trickstar engine. I'm just gonna go ahead and just plop this all out. Candina to search, Lycoris to burn, Cora Bane to boost or special summon, Lilybell to do life point damage directly. I did play 2 draw locks on the side, which kind of just go hand in hand with Trickstars, honestly. 3 Light Stage, which was my secondary back row effect basically that I mentioned earlier with Twin Twister, and 3 Reincarnation. That is 15 cards. That is an entire deck engine all at once, and all I would do is take out every Mekk-Knight and every Cyber Dragon, basically anything that made me go only second, and put these in. So Mekk-Knights, Cyber Dragons, the Kaijus, and maybe 1 or 2 Mind Control and one or 2 Meltdowns. This worked out fantastic. People don't respect it. People only think my deck goes, second, and people who went first definitely were not expecting that. You go first. Game 2, you go first. Alright, sure, no problem. Summon Candina. But yeah, it worked out fantastic. Now for my matchups, I did have let me just go ahead and do this real quick. For my matchups, I did have, let's see, I had 1 Infernoid player was game 1. They scooped both games because I just had a broken board. Game 2 was Infernoid Lair. I was surprised they had 2 Infernoid players back to back. I had no way to stop their Void Feast, so they just popped off. And Lair of Darkness was a big pain in the ass because they kept banishing my invocations and destroying my monsters on board, and I was like, please stop. Round 3 was Sky Striker. The guy slow played quite a bit game 1. Game 2 I had to do the Trickstar burn to win. It ended up just being a draw. Round 4 was Madolche. I don't know why that's a deck. I won the dice roll. He went first. He didn't have any board, so I OTK'd. Game 2, he made me go first. I subbed in Trickstars, and every time he tried to do anything with his hand, I just reincarnationed it. Round 5 was Salad. I ended up winning both games 1 and 2 through OTK. Purga Trio was one hell of a card. Round round 6, I lost to Salad, game 1 and 2. The guy just ended up playing through like everything. No matter what I had, he had some kind of response to it, so good on that guy. Round 7 was a bye. The guy never showed up, honestly, so no credit to that one. Round 7 was Crusadia Guard Dragon, so that went by pretty decently. Round 9 and 10 both were True Draco. I ended up 2-0ing both of those players, and you know, they just didn't have the right cards in their hand. Honestly, I would say both of them bricked both games. I did play through one pretty decently. He had the whole 5 back row thing, and I just held out my Twin Twister, started popping his stuff, and then Deco just helped out immensely. And then that's my 10 rounds. Overall, I went 7-2-1. I could have definitely went probably 8-1-1 at the best. I had no chance against that one Salad player. So, again, props to him, and I had no way to stop the Skystriker player because it's out of my control if they're playing slow. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my build. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and I'll be glad to answer anything I can. So again, thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys later. With Invoke, it's my favorite deck so far. Alright, take care.